Everyone, the Nashville Music City Grand Prix just finished, and with that, the 2024 NTT IndyCar season has come to an end, and Alex Palou is your IndyCar champion. And he won it over Colin Herta and Scott McLaughlin, although heading into the race, that was not who he was fighting for the win. He was fighting Penske's Will Power, but ultimately, Will Power got pretty much, I'm not going to say taken out because he was 4 laps down, but he was basically taken out of the race and the championship. In the first part of the race, he's driving, doing well. He's sitting in that third, fourth range, and then his seatbelt on his waist just pops, and he can tell that it's off, and he sits in the pit lane for 5 laps wide. He gets that back on, and championship is ruined. And basically from there, we knew it was Alex Palou, and it was essentially a fight for second in the championship between Scott McLaughlin and Colin Herta from that point. And ultimately, Colin Herta came into this race 4th in the championship. He wins the race, goes from 4th to 2nd in the championship for Andretti Global. Great performance from Colin Herta. I mean, for a championship that is dominated by Penske and Ganassi, and yes, the Ganassi car did win the championship ultimately today, Colin Herta still was able to come through and get P2 in the championship, which was super impressive to me. I was super glad to see Colin Herta get 2nd in the championship. And quite frankly, if he didn't have the Indy GP where he ran out of fuel in qualifying, the crash at Indy, and all the hiccups like in Detroit, he had the car on pole and then he crashed and had all that chaos happen in Detroit. If he didn't have that run of those 3 races, I mean, people argue that he could have been the IndyCar champion, and I completely agree. Especially at Indy, he crashed out running P2. And at Detroit, when he had a very fast car, he put it on pole, and he got behind in the pits. I mean, if you look at it, if those 2 things didn't happen, he had a good enough car to win both those races. So, I mean, if you look at it, Colin Herta has easily been your champion. He was very good all season long, but ultimately, he was not consistent enough, and he made too many mistakes. The only mistake I can think of that Alex Palou made was his mistake in Iowa race 1 where he did crash. But other than that, Palou has been consistent as crap. He won 2 races. He won the Indy GP and he won Laguna. But man, that's all he needed to do. He won those 2 races. He won when he could. He got the best position he could when he pulled up to every race weekend. He maximized, and that's what Palou did. He maximized. He's a maximizer. And it's what has won him 3 championships in 5 years in IndyCar, and he's won 3 championships in 4 years with Chip Ganassi, because that first year he did with Dale Coyne in 2020. But I mean, ultimately, just what a year, guys. I mean, you could not have asked for a better year in IndyCar. You had 3 drivers win 3 races. You had Pato O'Ward. He won the season opener St. Pete. He didn't even lead a lap that race with the Penske disqualifications. And then he won Mid-Ohio. And then he won Milwaukee race 1. He was the first driver to reach the 3 wins. And then you also had Scott McLaughlin reach 3 wins. You had also Will Power reaching 3 wins. So, I mean, super cool to see those 3 drivers reach 3 wins. Between the 3 of those guys, they won 9 of the 17 races. Colin Herta won 2, Palou won 2. I don't have this written down in my notes. I just know that stuff off the top of my head. I'm sure there's other drivers. Newgarden won 2. He won the 500 in Gateway. Right there's 6. There's 9 plus 6. I'm bad with math. 9 plus 6, what's quick math? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, there's 15 of the wins right there. Really just unbelievable stuff. You could not have asked for a better season whatsoever. I was super happy with this IndyCar season. But that's enough about this season. Just let's talk about the race, man. I would like to say the supporters of this race did an amazing job. They got people there. It went from a street race to an oval. They did an amazing job getting people there. I could not have loved it more. They did they crushed it. They absolutely crushed it, man. It could not have been a better season. A better race execution from the Nashville commissioners. That was tremendous. Unfortunately, I wish the race was a little more exciting. I wish it was like a gateway race. So I think next year we need to work on that, on making the race a bit more exciting, which I think we can. I have faith in IndyCar, man. That track has a lot of potential. I don't ever want to go to the streets again. I think that's just too chaotic. I am a fan of street course racing, but I don't like it when it's just yellow after yellow after yellow, and you can't even race. Like the Detroit race this year, that wasn't even fun. So if the Nashville street circuits are going to be like that, and there's no point ever going back, let's just go to this oval. But there wasn't enough yellow today. It would have made it more interesting. You had the caution for I know you had the caution for Erickson there, and then you had the caution for Catherine Legg and the caution for Felix Rosenquist. I did that backwards. They went Rosenquist, Legg, Erickson. But, 3 cautions, it is what it is. But, what can you do? It was overall a good race. Colton Herta winning his first oval from Pato Award. Pato had a lot of chances this year where he could have won 4 or 5 races. I'm super excited for IndyCar in 2025. I think the sport is going somewhere with Fox. I'm going to have a lot of videos on IndyCar in the next coming days. Some truly edited videos. For those of you that don't like this style of video where it's just simply me hitting record and I talk, I'm sorry. This is probably going to be my last true video like this because, on these race reviews, I just have so much information and I'm talking so fast. It's really hard to put pictures to show you what I'm talking about. But I can tell you in the future, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to do a video where it's going to be a lot of editing and showing you how I think the sport should go with a video how I'm going to talk about what the sport should do with their TV show, which is now 100 Days, which is currently under the name 100 Days to Indy. A lot of speculation on what's going to happen to that show. I'm going to do a season awards, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but an awards ceremony. I'll probably just call it my 2024 IndyCar season review, something like that. So, I'll have those 2 videos, and I'll have a 2025 way too early season preview, and probably an updated driver market update. We'll see. But I want to do those 4 videos, and if I do those 4 videos, just know that I will have put a lot of hard work into them besides just hitting record, because you guys are my fans. You guys don't deserve me just hitting record. And this will be my last video for a while. As I said, it's just a race review video, and I'm just talking really fast, and it's hard to edit these videos. So I just want to say thank you guys for this 2024 IndyCar season. It's been amazing, but I'm not going to give my season finale speech yet. That will be my 2024 IndyCar season review, which will be my next video on this channel, and I will try and get that out to you anywhere between Monday and Thursday. I can't really give you a date. Just depends with school and stuff, but I'll try and get that video out to you guys this week. And with that, make sure you hit subscribe, and see ya.